This legislation is clearly for targeting NGOs and minority institutions, those who are doing good work.
Pandemonium in Parliament. A formal resolution passed in Tamil Nadu Assembly and sharp criticism across lawmakers not just in India but across the Atlantic on US Capitol Hill. The battle line centers latest overhaul of the Foreign Contribution Regulation Act or FCRA. The government says these new rules are non-negotiable to protect national security, prevent foreign meddling, and block untraceable money trails. Opposition call it a direct crackdown on civil society, NGOs, and federal autonomy. Why has a technical regulation law triggered a full-blown political storm from Chennai to Washington? I am Vinay Arote for Midday, and in this explainer, we break down what are the new amendments proposed in the FCRA Bill and why the Parliament erupted today and why is this entire topic creating global waves. What is FCRA and what does the centre propose? To understand the outrage, we first need to understand the law enacted during emergency in 1976 and overhauled in 2010 and 2020. FCRA regulates how foreign funds enter Indian non-profits, educational institutes, and research bodies. So, what is the centre proposing in the new draft? Designated authority for assets. Creation of a new government-appointed authority to supervise, manage, or dispose foreign-funded assets if an organization loses, surrenders, or fails to renew its FCRA certificate. Minimum spending threshold. A requirement for renewing registration that organizations must have utilized at least rupees 10 lakh in foreign contributions over the preceding 2 financial years. Purpose and geography specifics. Linking registrations strictly to specific stated purposes and approved geographical states or union territories. Reduced penalties. Lowering maximum imprisonment terms for specific violations from 5 years down to just 1 year. The centre argues that foreign money cannot be allowed to covertly influence domestic policy, fund protest, or derail infrastructure projects. Which brings to us today's fiery scenes in the Parliament.
जो सरकार FCRA ला रही है, इसके खिलाफ में हम पूरे विपक्ष के लोग हैं। माननीय मंत्री जी बताएं, आज तक जो बिल लाए हैं, बिना माइनॉरिटी के खिलाफ कौन सा बिल लेकर के आए हो आप?
अखिलेश जी को मैं चुनौती देता हूँ। इस FCRA बिल का जो प्रावधान लाया है, इसमें एक भी प्रावधान ऐसा है आप दिखाइए जो कोई भी माइनॉरिटी का खिलाफ है।
बिना माइनॉरिटी के खिलाफ कौन सा बिल लेकर के आए हो आप?
जिम्मेदारी के साथ कहता हूँ, अखिलेश जी को मैं चुनौती देता हूँ। इस FCRA बिल का जो प्रावधान लाया है, इसमें एक भी प्रावधान ऐसा है आप दिखाइए जो कोई भी माइनॉरिटी का खिलाफ है। ये सरासर झूठ बात फैलाया जा रहा है देश में। किसी माइनॉरिटी को टारगेट करने का सवाल ही नहीं है। आप चाहते कि विदेश का धन बिना कानून के ऐसा ही देश में ला करके मर्जी खर्चा करने का क्या? दिस कंट्री इज नॉट अ बनाना रिपब्लिक. There should be rules and regulations as per the spirit of the constitution. There is not a single provision in the proposed FCRA targeting any minority institution.
Opposition MPs stormed the well, calling the amendments a weaponized tool aimed at suffocating civil society, selectively targeting of critical think tanks, and bypassing federal consensus. This comes right on the heels of Tamil Nadu's legislative revolt that happened on Tuesday. The Tamil Nadu Assembly passed a resolution urging the union government to reconsider the stringent FCRA provisions. State leaders argued that excessive centralizations under FCRA paralyzes grassroots developmental work, stales educational and healthcare charities, and also tramples on state-level welfare initiatives.
நாட்டு பங்களிப்பு ஒழுங்குமுறை திருத்த மசோதா 2026 தற்போதைய வடிவில் FCRA பதிவு காலாவதியாகுதல், புதுப்பிக்கப்படாமை, புதுப்பிப்பு மறுக்கப்படுதல், பதிவு ரத்து அல்லது ஒப்படைக்கப்படுதல் போன்ற காரணங்களால் தொண்டு நிறுவனங்களின் சொத்துக்களை அரசிடம் ஒப்படைத்தல், நிர்வகித்தல், மாற்றுதல் மற்றும் விற்பனை செய்தல் தொடர்பான விதிகள் குறித்து இம்மாமன்றம் ஆழ்ந்த கவலை தெரிவிக்கிறது. இவ்விதிகள் தொண்டு நிறுவனங்களின் தன்னாட்சியையும் குறிப்பாக சிறுபான்மையினர் நடத்தும் கல்வி மற்றும் சமூக நல நிறுவனங்களின் செயல்பாடுகளையும் பாதிக்கக்கூடும்.
The pushback isn't limited to domestic politics. The debate has reached foreign policy corridors right in Washington. A prominent US senator raised strong concerns regarding India's FCRA framework, warning that overly restrictive regulations risk shrinking democratic spaces, choking international flows, and harming cross-border academic humanitarian partnerships. New Delhi's stance, however, remains firm. Foreign funding is a privilege governed by sovereign law, not an unrestricted right, and domestic policy will not be dictated by international lobbying. The debate over FCRA hits fundamental balance between national security and civil society autonomy. While the centre is insisting that transparency is essential to protect India's sovereignty, critics argue that sweeping restrictions risk punishing legitimate NGOs alongside bad actors. Where do you stand on the FCRA debate? Is strict monitoring necessary or the new rules overreaching? Tell us in the comments below. Like, share and subscribe to Midday for more sharp, unfiltered geopolitical and news explainers.
The world doesn't stop, neither do we. Subscribe to Midday for news that matters.